Okay, so now we're going to marinate the chicken. I'm going to add a little extra. I've already cleansed it, so we're going to marinate it just to add a little extra. A little extra lemon. Extra lemon juice here. Okay. This is a homemade spice that I make, and that's with fresh parsley, garlic, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, onions, and then a little Maggi cube. So all the flavors are already in there, and we're going to add that to it. And then some extra chopped green, red, yellow bell peppers. And I'm going to add some Carib chicken flavor, as you can see, just a little extra, not a lot. So mix that all in there. I love to dress my meat up, so it has to be colorful for me. So just beside this, we're going to chop some parsley. All right, this is sofrito paste. This is what I use for cooking. So I add olive oil to the pan, and then I use some sofrito paste to it, so as you can see. Great flavors. It has all the wonderful flavors along with it. So this is what we're going to use. We can open that. Add some olive oil to the pan. I'll add just about, I would say, you can call that 2 tablespoons pretty much. And then you need 2 to 3 tablespoons of sofrito paste. And let that get all mixed in the oil. Let that heat up. Okay, we're going to let this simmer, and the whole idea is to brown it. So we're going to allow it to brown a little bit. And from time to time we're going to switch its sides because we want some nice colors to the chicken. So I switch them sides, as you can see it's starting to look. So we're going to keep turning it each side, allowing it to brown, like as I mentioned before. Because the whole idea is to make sure it's browning at every stage, but at the same time it's cooking. So I'm going to add a little water from time to time also, because we want it while it's browning to also cook. So in a few, I will add some water. Very little, not much. Okay, so for the rice, we're going to use a little coconut oil, jasmine rice, a little sugar, and coconut milk. Also, we will add some water, of course, to make it. Okay, so as you can tell, we're going to flip it over. You see that? Nicely browning. Let's flip them over. So it's kind of a little frying little situation going on. And that's what we want. We want it to brown. Some of them are not quite ready, but that's what we're looking for. Not much, just a little to allow it to cook and to brown at the same time. And towards the end, now when you're sure that it's nicely cooked and ready, then we can make the sauce and add onions and everything. So right now it's looking really good. So a little water was added, and then we're going to cover it back up. So as you can see here, the rice, can you see? No? Okay, so as you can see, the water has absorbed, and we're going to cover it and let it cook. And we need to lower the temp so that we can get the rice cooking. So as you can see, it's ready to cover and simmer so that we can have it ready for dinner. I'm going to cover it up now, and we'll let it cook for about, I'll say about 8 minutes. And it should be ready. We're going to add some onions. We're going to allow it to brown some more, but the onions will help the flavor, enhance the flavor. If you want to add some Scotch bonnet in there for a little spicy chicken, you can go ahead and do that. If not, this is just fine, marinated as I showed you earlier. Now the bottom has some of the little chicken frying whatever residues that you want to kind of mix in there, because we're going to make the sauce, and that's what's going to help us get the sauce going. Also, you can add a little more sofrito paste, which is going to help the sauce to thicken up a little, and then a little more water. But right now we're going to go ahead and let the onion get all the flavor of the onion in the chicken. Let's add a little more water, just a little bit, and we're going to cover it. And that's how you do your little stew chicken. Next, we'll just add some sofrito paste to it and a little more water to mix the sauce and go from there. Alright, as you can tell, rice is cooked and ready. It smells wonderful. So we're going to now wait for the chicken. And now, the next thing will be the plating. Yes, this is what we want. Nice, look at that. That looks delicious. Nice and brown. Wonderful. We have a little sauce, but I need a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little bit sofrito paste. Let me get my spoon. Kind of spread it around a little bit. See all the onions? Nice. Okay. Just add I just added about three little tablespoons. And then a little bit more water, because now we're going to make the little sauce. And sometimes tasting it helps, because you want to make sure that you didn't lose a little salt flavor and stuff, but I think it's fine because I did add enough seasoning. And the sofrito paste has all the flavors in it. But if you want, it's up to you, optional. You can add a little more spices if you like. So it's good. Alright, so we'll cover it just one last time just to allow the sauce to thicken up, and then it will be ready. So the next thing will be the plating. This is how you want it to look. It looks delicious. It's ready. Look, I just turned off the fire, so let's get ready to plate. Alright, so I'm going to add a tiny drop of olive oil. Why? Just so I can spread it in this little cup, because we're going to plate and get creative. Alright, so now what we need is some rice. We're going to cup it up, pack it in really well. Okay. Because the whole idea is we want it to shape like the cup, and we're going to toss it upside down. It gets a little messy sometimes. But if you're doing it for someone special, hubby, boyfriend, friend, anybody, and you want a really special plate, and you want some shapes, this is how you do it. Alright, nice. Okay, so follow me. Upside down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It needs a little shake, shaking around, but this is how you do it. So far, we're going to use pomegranate as garnishment. Make it look pretty. Doesn't have to be perfect. The idea is you're making it very pretty and inviting. All the colors, beautiful colors from the pomegranate. And we're going to add the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over. You take 2 forks. Or anything that you can use to help you move the chicken over. And we need to get very creative with this. Set it like that. See, I made that look so easy. And then add your little onions if you want. I would put 2 pieces, but Let's see. Let's see if we can squeeze 2 pieces. Because sometimes you don't want to smash the rice and don't want the rice to collapse. So, it's a trial and error. So, trust me, don't worry. All you have to do is food. All you have to do is redo it or basically... There you go. That worked out. And then we're going to add some onions around it. Now get a spoon to add some sauce. Doesn't have to be on the rice because you don't want the rice to collapse. Once it gets wet, that's it. So just put it all around. And there you go. Now clean it up. You always need a napkin to clean it up just in case, because look at that. We have a little sauce, so we want to make sure we clean that up. And then voila.